through and through. Oh, the Toon Review. Laughs and passion, football too. We are the Toon Review. By the fans, for the fans, through and through. Laughs and passion, football too. We are the Toon Review. 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 Go!
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review for tonight's match review of Newcastle 2, Athletic Bilbao 0. Billy, of course, did your commentary for you last night. I was at the game, lots to get through tonight, without a shadow of a doubt. A lot of talking points to go through. Some fans, it's safe to say, still not impressed, still not saying we're playing well. Other fans really happy with the performance. So we'll go through our feelings on it. And of course, guys, everybody watching, let us know how you felt about the game and who stood out for you. But I'm joined tonight by my old mucker to go through the game. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening to you. Good evening to all the Toon Review Massive, the Magpie Massive, and the rest of you outstanding, fantastic, magnificent, superb people out there in viewerland.
Now, the first thing we are going to do, Billy, is a poll for man of the match, because there was some standout players last night.
Yep.
Some who we think were standout players, not quite agreeing with everybody else. So this'll be interesting for me. But we'll let you go first, Billy.
I'm going to go for the one I said at the time, which was Joe Linton. Thought I think that was outstanding.
Yeah. He was absolutely superb last night, Joe Linton. I put that in my match reaction in the car last night. When I got back to the car, recorded a video, and I said that Joe Linton, for me, looked like his old self. A little bit back to his best last night, the way he performed, the way he dominated the midfield. And then I got a few comments underneath saying Joe Linton was rubbish. And I'm thinking, what game did you watch? I mean, look, the first half was a little bit iffy from everybody. We'll go through it as we go through the game. But in general, I thought he was excellent. I mean, the 80s muse there. Joe Linton wasn't that good, to be fair. A couple of decent things and a decent goal.
We'll explain later in the programme why we think he was good. There's lots of things he did that he hadn't been doing for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, matey, I'm putting Malik Chow in there because... I mean, just incredible. This guy is an incredible defender. He really is. And seeing him up close yesterday, the way he just... I mean, listen, we're running out of superlatives for him, but he was outstanding yesterday. Who's the next one, Billy?
I'm going to go for someone else that hasn't been mentioned for a while. Seems like the rest of him good, and I'm going to say Kieran Trippier. Yep.
He was excellent last night, and again, the guys around me we were all talking about Trippier, saying, "Wow, yep, he's absolutely superb." Well done to him. Now, who's going to be the fourth one? Because Tonali got the official man of the match. Now, I mean, look, Tonali was good last night. There's no doubt about it, Billy. I mean, where do you think Tonali stood for you last night?
I thought he was very good. But I wouldn't have had him as man of the match.
I wouldn't either.
I think he got man of the match on TNT basically because of this season.
Yeah,
Last night, he was very good last night. Don't get me wrong, he had a really good game, but I don't think it's man of the match performance.
No, which is why I'm not even going to put him on there, Billy, because obviously he's been on all season. But I think last night is an opportunity to put players on there who maybe we've criticised a lot, who haven't particularly done very well. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to shock a lot of people with this one. Dan Burn.
Yeah, I thought it might have been. Yeah.
I thought he was excellent last night, Billy. His defending was good. He got forward. That header, I mean, I was right behind that, and this curl on it was we'll come on to it, but blistering. There's your four players for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for the Man of the Match award. Is it Joe Linton, Chow, Trippier or Byrne? Some different names on there this week. And, I think rightly so as well. We give players flack and we criticise when they don't play well, but we have to just look and say, hey, hang on, it's their turn. Marius, no Tonali. Tonali played very well last night, but I think we're agreed, Billy, that it's nice to have some different names on there for once.
I think there were 4 better, maybe even 5. I mean, the 4 we've mentioned, I think, would have been my top 4, and there's probably one after that, maybe, that would get in ahead of Sandro. Sandro's brilliant, but man of the match, I don't think so.
Who's the other player you would have put on?
I thought Nick Pope was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, look, a lot will turn to Sunday's game at Brentford, and obviously we'll cover that tomorrow night in the preview. Because that is it's a huge game for Newcastle United. That it'd be going into the international break. And then we can do a few shows during the break to break everything down and have a good look at where we are. But Nick Pope, one save he made in the second half, Billy, which was a right-footed shot, which looked like it was heading into the bottom corner, and he got away and pushed it away. It was a brilliant save. But they did push us last 15 minutes. They did have some chances. The substitutions all took place, and we became a little bit disjointed. But, I mean, there's another guy I would put in there, and he was only on the pitch half an hour, Billy, and that's Lewis Hall.
Yeah, he's fantastic, wasn't he? Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable, Billy.
The confidence.
It's like he's never been away.
It took him a while to get his passing together. It took maybe 2 or 3 passes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he was going past 3 or 4 players.
But taking them on. I don't know whether you noticed, Billy, but that's what we've been missing from a left back. As soon as we got on the attack, he was powering down the left-hand side. 100%. And just so excited to have him fit and healthy again. Absolutely can't wait. So we'll obviously talk about him a bit later on as well. But if you do enjoy tonight's show, guys, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And if you are new, please do subscribe. If you're new around here and you like what you see, it's completely free to subscribe. All we ask for is that you hit the notification bell so you never miss any uploads or any shows in the future. Is my volume okay, Billy?
It's superb. Yes, absolutely.
Thank
fantastic.
you. I've sorted the problem as well with the clipping for commentary, so that's good news. I just compressed it a bit more and it works now. Anyway, you can become a member, of course, of the Toon Review by hitting the join button underneath us, and super chats are available, which is the $sign underneath the live chat, and that will guarantee your comment to be read out on the show, as Eskimo Boy has done. If Athletic Club were any good, we would have lost. See, I don't get this. I mean, was I at a difference in James's Park last night?
They weren't very good. They weren't very good, but come on.
No, they weren't.
But you don't know that.
Half the fucking side's injured.
You maybe invented games that didn't happen.
Yeah. I mean, we notoriously play better against very good teams. And, last night wasn't great all the way through. There were scrappy parts of the game. But then some of our passing, there was a move in the second half, Billy, which started in our right back position, and we ended up with a shot on goal. I don't know if you can remember it. It was lovely one-touch passing all the way up the pitch.
Yeah.
And that's what we are capable of. So I don't know. I'm baffled by some of the negativity towards the game yesterday. Derek says, hi, Paul and Billy. Great to see Hall back. Loved him. Give him a pay rise. Well, he's outstanding. He's absolutely outstanding. Magpie Gamer says, Dan Burn played well, but I still think Burn should not be playing left back anymore. Listen, Lewis Hall is coming back and he's fit. And if Eddie Howe leaves him out once he's fully fit, then I think I will be on Eddie's back just like every other fan, because that was a true left back coming on there for the last half an hour of the game. And he looked fit. He looked strong. Everything. Quick. The confidence. I mean, it was like he's never been away. The way he just danced through players was incredible. It really was.
We're going to prove just how ahead of our time we are when we give our marks later.
Yeah. Finally, we get to Mark Lewis Hall. He did come on.
Cultured left foot.
Yeah. Very cultured. Look, going back to the start of the game, Billy, and obviously, I think when I saw that team sheet come out yesterday, I thought, he's gone back to his tried and trusted troops here. I feel like Eddie felt like he needed a response, obviously, from Sunday, but to get that response, his old tried and tested needed to come in. And I think, it was obvious that was going to happen. I was surprised Joe Linton started the game. I thought Ramsey would start, Billy. There was a little bit of rumours going around that people were wanting Nick Pope to start. Ramsdale to start, but I think he was, again, he's picked Nick Pope, and Nick Pope's had a hell of a game. Yeah. So it was going back to the old tried and trusted, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Eddie Howe's got his men that he trusts, and I think we saw them all on the pitch last night. Even Anthony Gordon, despite being hampered by an obvious injury, but he was dreadful aside from that. Because this hip injury is clearly affecting his pace. And
well, we're going to come on to him in a second.
No,
because I'm baffled by the whole thing.
Their fullback had a quiet night until he went off and Barnes went over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought there was some shaky performances at times, partly in parts of the game. But there were other parts of the game where everyone played really, really well. It was, like you say, it was a strange game.
It was very confusing. Second half, I think we dominated. Until the last 15 minutes, I think we were totally control. But I watched Anthony Gordon very closely, Billy, and I mentioned this in my earlier video and on the reaction last night, that I watched him from the off because I wanted to see, given his form over the last few games in the Premier League, I wanted to see, keep an eye on him, just being in the ground and watching him closely. And to be fair, every time the ball was away from him, he was holding his hip. He was grabbing his hip. Now, we've heard rumours, and Eddie did say a couple of weeks ago, if you can remember, in a press conference, that that Anthony Gordon was carrying a bit of a hip injury, right? Now, this is what I'm confused about, Billy, because I hope they're not making an excuse up for his Premier League form to do with his hip injury, because if this hip injury's been bothering him, it hasn't bothered him in the Champions League games when he's performed.
I'm not sure, because it makes him look bad, doesn't it? And we've got this bunches in to stop this kind of thing happening.
Yeah.
And yet it's still happening. So if they say he's injured, he's playing, to excuse the Premier League form, it's also making Bunce look a bit of a prat. So I don't see it. I just don't understand what Bunce is doing. If he's, if he's there to stop our injured players getting more injured by playing, and yet here we are. And it's not as if we've got depth. We haven't got depth. We've got lots of it.
Yeah,
give him a few weeks off. Get him. His hip's been bad since
the England game when he got injured. Yeah. But I don't see how 1 minute it can affect him in the Premier League and the next, and it doesn't in the Champions League. That makes no sense to me at all. And last night he was poor again. He was very poor. Little 2-yard passes he couldn't even make. And I tell you something, it's the first time I've been in the ground where I've heard fans really getting frustrated with Anthony Gordon, and everybody saying, "Oh, this has been going on too long now, and he's getting away with it and stuff." But listen, he went off, and I thought when he went off, we were a better team. Yeah, which was strange. But obviously, we took the lead, Billy. Free kick. And you know what? It reminded me of the goal in the cup final. I don't know whether it did to you, but the way he just came round the back again. And the header, I mean, we've accused Dan Burn many, many times of having a 50-pence head when it comes to heading in the opposition box. That was incredible. That was an absolutely incredible header. And it don't matter what angle you look at it, to put that kind of curl on the ball and accuracy, it was a fabulous finish. Despite
it being a free kick and not a corner, it was a mirror image of the goal at Wembley for me. Everything was back, and Trippier's cross was fantastic. Yeah, the Bilbao defence totally ignored Dan Burn, but the header itself actually had curl on it, and it curled into the net. It was an outstanding header, probably better than the one against Liverpool, if I'm perfectly honest. Although this one he was totally unmarked, whereas he had at least McAllister trying to headbutt his shins. And get a game at Wembley, but outstanding cross, outstanding header. It was a great goal. But the fact I've never seen a header with bend on it before, and this had bend on it. I think
I think a lot of people are saying that the bend came off the spin that Trippier put on the free kick, so it was already sort of and so naturally he will head it, and it will naturally curl. But it was a fabulous header, right into the top corner.
And it's got to be a good header to get past them. I mean, the Spanish keeping goal for them.
Simon's a good goalkeeper.
To get past him, you do well. He didn't get a sniff of it. He got nowhere near it, did he?
Yeah, absolutely. Derek Ward, we've done that one. Gaza says the classical music Billy mentioned the other day isn't the Skip Rats music. It's O Fortuna by Carl Orff. Have a listen. It gets the blood pumping. Okay. Great show as always. Peter Gardway says, let's hope if Hall is fit, he drops Byrne, not one of Botman or Chow. He won't drop. He can't drop them two. Eric says, Hall in the midfield and Tino as left back would be quite the combo on the left-hand side. Hall was a midfielder at Chelsea and is amazing technically and going forward.
How about Hall at left back and Livramento at right back, where they both play? Yeah,
let's leave them there, shall we? Rachel celebrating 40 months of membership, of course. Our head mod there, absolutely incredible. Thank you, Rach. Bend it like Byrne. How are the lads? Yes. Now, we went ahead, Billy, and then all of a sudden, Athletic Bilbao have loads of possession again. And I'm sitting there last night watching it thinking, no, this is not a repeat of what happened at West Ham. Surely not. And to be fair to Bilbao, they played some nice stuff. And then the left back, I can't remember his name, smashed one off the post.
Adama, yeah.
Incredible hit that was.
Yeah.
And I could hear everybody around me going, oh, this is just like fucking Monday, fucking Sunday. You know, what's going on? Generally, it felt like that we took the lead and then we were just giving the momentum back to Bilbao.
Yeah, although they didn't really create anything in the box itself. No. I thought we defended really well, actually. I thought all four of the back four defended really well. I thought Byrne was helped by
bloody hell.
He played well last night, but not that well. I think Byrne was helped by the fact that Bilbao didn't attack him.
Yeah.
And Berenguer, who was supposed to play out there, went onto the left-hand side, on their left in the track, Trippier, and Trippier had to be in his pocket. So Byrne wasn't really attacked by anybody. All his pace was on the other side of the pitch, so that's why we looked more solid, and Sandro sat in front of them. They were shooting from distance. We had the one from Adama that rocketed off the post. That would have been good grief, that was some power.
I mean, he caught it smack on, didn't he?
I mean, if that was on target, it was a goal, because Pope wasn't getting there.
Pope wasn't getting there. But you know what? I thought we then came back into, and this is what I mean about the first half being a little bit strange, Billy. It was a little bit scrappy. It was a little bit messy. Of course, Joe Linton had a goal disallowed for offside before we actually scored. You know, there was...
I didn't think it was offside, by the way.
I haven't actually seen it. I haven't seen the replay, so...
They never showed us either.
Really? Interesting. But it didn't, for me, for where I'm sitting, obviously in the Leazes, I'm not level with it. But I thought we saw Joe Linton's run and thought that can't be offside, surely.
He looked very, very adjacent to me. Definitely not ahead. And like I said, we didn't see a replay, so we'll never know. And I was going to say they're going to overturn this. This is a goal. And the next thing you know, they're looking at the crowd. They're looking at Joe Linton. No replay. Then go back and they've restarted. They're carrying on playing. I thought, well, ignore me then. Yeah.
Venomega says, Paul, by the way, your voice seems to have less bass than usual, but mint. I've took the bit of bass off. And for me, from when I listen to my video, it sounds really clear and nice. So I think taking a bit of bass off has actually helped. I don't know what you think, Billy, but it's...
I think it sounds great,
yeah. Yeah. Spike Milligan has sent in a super chat. Thank you, Spike. I'm happy that we won, but we need to win consistently in the Premier League and not in the Champions League and cup games. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, Billy. You know, second half, we controlled the game. You know, we were knocking the ball around nicely, and we were very, very comfortable. Of course, getting the goal just after half time was critical to me because we know what we're like when we're 1-0. We all want that second goal. And it came. Apparently, Robert says the replay showed it was offside.
Yeah, but they showed the replay that we saw, the ball had already left his foot. It was that far away from his foot. And Joe Linton was just that far offside. When the ball was actually about, you know, it was that far away. So it's got that much difference to travel. he can still be onside. So the replay was taken at the wrong place for me.
Yeah, interesting. Cushy says a sound spot on. Thanks, guys. So the second goal, I think, a brilliant ball in from Barnes, Billy. Joe Linton completely unmarked. It was a strong header. And I don't think Joe Linton knew where to go to celebrate because it went in and then he sort of stood there. Some players went to the strawberry corner and then Joe Linton then started legging it to the other corner. Crazy celebrations, but a good goal, Billy.
That was an outstanding goal. A great pass at the beginning of it all from Bruno to Murphy, from Tonali to Bruno.
Yeah.
Cross-field ball from Murphy, I think, was lucky. I don't think he was supposed to go where it went. It kind of went a little bit behind Barnes, all along the ground. No one intercepted it. Harvey Barnes had his shot blocked, going back out to him. Decided to take the full-back on, and that time he got past him. Lovely little dink cross, and a great header from Joe Linton, who made his way into the box. He was good at that last night, getting into the box and then supporting the forwards. Yeah, I thought it was all over the place, Joe Linton, last night. All over the place. In a good way.
Yeah, exactly. Now, don't forget, guys, we partnered up with Lineup Builder for they provide us with the graphics. They've also now got a quiz, lots of quizzes on their website. Scan that QR code that's on the screen now, and it will take you straight to their website. If you think you have the football knowledge to challenge your friends or your family, get on there, have a go. There's new quizzes every day. It updates every day. It's fantastic. And it really does challenge your football knowledge. So if you are a guru like our friend there, Mr. Trey, and you like to challenge yourself in football quizzes, scan that QR code or the link is right at the top of the show's description. And next, obviously, we do have a merchandise website. The QR code for that is now on the screen. TheToonReview.com is the website to go to. We have some fantastic products on there, from hoodies to t-shirts to mugs to beanies to everything. We've had fantastic amount of orders lately, so thank you to everybody that has placed orders and keeping our suppliers very, very busy. So that's thetoonreview.com, or scan that QR code in the top left-hand corner. I'll leave it on for a couple more seconds, but you know where to go, thetoonreview.com. What use is Merkin at, Billy?
It's a username. I've just seen.
A username?
Evening, Betty.
Okay. I don't even need to guess, because I'm guessing...
the second name's outstanding. Slightly Germanic roots, I would say.
It's not Swoggles or something, is it?
No, it's worse than that.
It's worse than that? Oh, my goodness.
It's a bit more out there, if you like.
All right, well, I can't find it, so I'm going to get on with the show. Anyway, we got a super chat in from Magpie15. I was going to bring this up, Billy. Paul was not able to be there last night, but I've watched Adam P's vids, and I must give a big shout out to the away fans with the atmosphere they helped create with ours. Total respect with all. Well done. I did shout them out in my reaction video. It was incredible. And those Bilbao fans never stopped singing from start to finish, supporting their team. They were never disrespectful to Newcastle at all. And vice versa with our fans back to them as well. There was no chanting negativity about either side. And when I came out of the ground, that's the first time I've come out to St. James's Park, and both sets of fans have stood there applauding each other. It was surreal. Those Bilbao fans, and they've been in the city for a couple of days before the game. They were mixing with loads of Newcastle fans in the lead up to the game over the last couple of days. They behaved impeccably last night. And it was weird because you're walking out the stadium and you're seeing all the amount of police that are normally there for Champions League games, and they're just standing. And I'm thinking it's like a night off for them. They don't have to do anything. The Bilbao fans were shaking hands with everybody. They were taking pictures with the police. They are magnificent fans. And it's so nice to have that kind of relationship with another European club, Billy.
Yeah, and our local rivals have tried to make out that they wear red and white stripes because it's a...
That's the only downside about Bilbao.
It's nothing to do with Sunderland, by the way. Absolutely nothing to do with
it's not. No.
But they've tried to claim it as that, and it's not. This all goes back to 94 and the UEFA Cup. Yeah, and the fantastic couple of days that the Newcastle fans spent down in Bilbao, thoroughly welcome, drinks flowing, arm in arm, shaking hands, etc., etc., etc. And we've repeated the thing here. So yeah, it's great to have someone that's like abroad, that's like certain teams have. Certain teams have close connections with different clubs. I think Bilbao may be ours.
I mean, I was with Bilbao goes back decades, to be fair. I mean, they are very close. And they put some lovely stuff on after the game on their X page as well and on their social media about the whole experience with Newcastle. Police with riot helmets stood there like spare parts at a wedding. They did. It was bizarre.
They had to be there, but I'm not sure they needed
absolutely,
to be so aggressive as they were. They looked very, they didn't understand how it was a friendly atmosphere, humorous atmosphere, and they were there, stiff upper lip and strict looking in this. I thought they could have policed this a bit more. I mean, there
was a few fans when we were walking out the ground, and they were sort of joking on with the coppers, saying, "Oh, night off tonight, fellas," and they were just smirking as if to say, "Well, I'm pleased," because obviously, some of the ultras turn up, but even their walk to the ground and things like that, they were perfectly behaved, and they were shaking hands with Newcastle fans on the way into the ground as well. So, but look, they'll be disappointed last night because they had they've got some very, very good players missing. The pressure is apparently massive on the manager as well. It was interesting at the end of the game because the Bilbao players came to the sort of edge of the 18-yard box at the Leazes end and applauded the fans for a good 5-10 minutes. And actually, a lot of Newcastle fans stayed back and were applauding them as well once they'd applauded the Newcastle players on their way round. But the manager wasn't there. He didn't come down, which I found very interesting. He seemed to disappear very, very quickly.
Well, after half time, their manager and Graham Jones had a long conversation. Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but I'm assuming it's something to do with Roberto Martinez, because Graham Jones, of course, used to be his number 2 for a while, and maybe something to do with him. But they were sort of speaking as if they were old friends, so I don't know. Well,
obviously Eddie had a good conversation with him before the game, but Eddie knows him very well, doesn't he? So apparently, listen, it's a shame for them, but we had to do the job last night, and I think we did. We did enough. It wasn't a standout, fantastic performance by any stretch of the imagination. But some performances were really good, Billy, and give me heart. I thought Voltemade did well, but he looked a bit of a forlorn figure at times.
I thought we used him better, though. I thought the fact we had people running off him and behind him, I thought he got way more into the game than what he did against West Ham and against Fulham, where he was, manhandled off the ball. Yeah, I thought his control last night was really good. And he probably should have scored the header as well, but I thought he had a good game. Yeah,
the header, I think it was just too high for him, Billy.
Yeah.
I know he was unmarked, but it was right in front of me, and it just seemed like when he jumped, it just sort of flicked the top of his hair, and then it was as if it was just slightly too high. But Jacob Murphy came on, Billy, obviously for Anthony Gordon, and I thought Murphy put some fantastic crosses in, especially low balls into the box, but he was also appalling giving the ball away. It was one of those games for Jacob last night where he was still threatening, but at times, my God, he was terrible.
It seemed to be like the only balls you could get right were the ones that are going either across the box or into the box.
Yeah.
Anything else, forget it.
Yeah.
The amount of times he miscontrolled it, or he lost the ball, or he passed it and lost it. It wasn't his greatest day at the office, but he was involved in the goal. Although, as I say, I'm not sure that ball was meant.
Yeah.
Because it went all the way along the ground, across the whole of the penalty area, and nobody intercepted it. It was very odd.
But it was a strange performance. But look, again, he could have had some assists last night if somebody had been there to put the ball in.
Yeah.
I just feel sometimes Voltemade is coming too deep, Billy, and a guy I can't remember who said it last night, but said that's why Bayern Munich were after him, because he plays a very similar game to Harry Kane, coming deep, laying the ball off. He's a good passer of the ball, and that's why Bayern were particularly interested in him. And it got me thinking, that's not a bad shout. But we've got to. I think when the balls are coming into the box like that, Billy, that's where we probably miss an out-and-out striker because he's not there all the time, and that's not necessarily his fault. He's playing his game, coming back and linking up. But this is where we need a whisser. Somebody who's a box striker who will sniff around for anything.
I'm not sure he's going to play the two together, though, unless he has to.
No.
Unless we're behind in games.
Yeah.
But I thought Volkswagen looked much better last night because of the fact we had people going in behind him and making space for him. And it was night and day from the West Ham game and the Fulham game. And because he hasn't been his usual self as of late. Because he's been playing too deep, I agree. He wants the ball. Simple as that. But
he does. He wants to
be
on
involved.
The ball.
He needs to be involved. Otherwise, you're not going to get anything out of him. So, but the fact we had Joe Linton running past him last night, and at times Bruno did, and at times Barnes did, made him look far more.
Well, this is why I think Joe Linton was outstanding last night because he made so many runs into the box, and he could have had a couple of goals last night, and was just much more threatening. And of course, when Miley came on, Miley was playing in sort of Bruno's position, and he doesn't play there. It took a little bit out of the game. Stephen says I sound great. Thank you, Stephen.
I thought he did well when he come on. I don't think he gave the ball away.
I ain't got a problem with any of the subs last night, Billy. I thought.
I've got a problem with
one.
I wonder who that could be.
Yes, I agree. Yes. Yes. Wouldn't happen to have cost 55 million fucking quid, would it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Justice Served says, best case scenario, Tonali stays for 1 to 2 years before big money move to Spain. Our goal for the next year is to find his apprentice.
He won't go to Spain.
I mean, there's loads being made of Tonali's comments last night, Billy. Saying that he's not committing himself to Newcastle United. The video I did earlier on, I explained that those comments don't worry me at all as a fan. Because all he's doing is talking perfect sense. That's how football works.
If there's one thing we should have learned from this summer is contract length mean nothing. If the player wants to go, they'll go.
Yeah.
I don't think Sandro Tonali leaves here for at least 3 years. And when he does leave here, it'll be back to Italy. Simple as that.
And I said, Billy, that we're going to get the best years of him. So, the age that he is now.
And I think we'll still get a tidy price for him as well at the end of them 3 years because he'll still have a year in contract.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, he'll play the rest of his career, but he's not going to.
No, of course he's not. He will go back to Italy.
Of
course he will. That's just life. But I wouldn't be panicking about let's get a successor in, or he's going to be with us for a while.
Unless
right?
he does qualify for Europe, of course. I mean, that
obviously things change, don't they? But right now, as we sit here doing this show, there is no. He's already explained how happy he is, and let's just keep him happy. I think he does need a better contract, which hopefully Ross Wilson will be working on. But we'll just see how that comes. Sportsmole says Sandro will be the next Isak. Well, Sportsmole, quite frankly, if you believe what everybody says on the Sportsmole website, you wipe your arse on that if it was a newspaper, to be honest. That's how good that is. Absolutely terrible. BNW has to come deep to get a touch of the ball.
It does at times, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But anyway, Billy, you did mention one substitute, Alanga. So, look, I said I'm willing to give Alanga a chance, okay? Now, last night, watching him in live and in the flesh, right? Oh, my God. Right? He can't pass the ball. He can't chase the ball. He stops running for the ball at times, which I was fucking infuriated with. I'm really not sure about Anthony Elanga anymore. And I know people are going to say, give him time, give him time. Listen, we're well into the season now. We're well into the season. And he came on last night and he was absolutely all over the place. He couldn't dribble. He couldn't pass. I mean, I'm genuinely worried about him now, Billy, that he's not the player that I think Eddie was hoping he'd be.
Well, he put him on the left-hand side, so that's one excuse for him. One thing's clear, he hasn't got a left foot.
Yeah.
His left foot's purely for standing on, nothing else. There was one occasion last night where he managed to dribble past the full back, got to the byline. Because he had no left foot, he couldn't cross it.
Yeah,
So
I
he just
remember
went out
that.
of play. He just went out of play. Didn't even attempt to try and cross it.
Yeah. I mean, is it the system, Billy? Is it the system that doesn't suit that type of player? I mean, look, if I'm a right winger and playing in that sort of system, then surely that is, that's your bread and butter, playing in that sort of system. When you're a right winger, you know you're going to get the ball a lot. You know you're going to get opportunities to cross and shoot and do everything with it. It just seems to me like he's just pace. He's like a 100-meter sprinter, and that's all he's got.
He's got no left foot whatsoever, and his right foot so far has ain't been great. I'm struggling to see. And he was just a pace merchant at Forest. Counter attack, get on the end of that, run as fast as you can, get it, and see what you can do with it. We don't play like that, and I don't think we're ever going to play like that. And until he can play our way.
Andrew makes a good point. Andrew makes a good point. Not fitting the system doesn't stop you doing the basics.
I agree.
Look, Lewis Hall looked more dangerous on the left wing than Alanga did yesterday. And he's a bloody left back, and he's been out since March.
Yeah.
I think it's March anyway, but he's been out a long, long time.
He is left-footed, mind, but I mean, he should still be able to get some kind of he didn't even try and cross it. He didn't even try. That was the worst of it.
Yeah.
Oh, dear me. I
mean, I just seeing him last night, and I've been saying for weeks now, just give him time. But I genuinely, Billy, after last night, I'm kind of thinking my faith in him is dwindling very, very quickly, and I don't see what he brings to this team. I mean, David's saying there in the chat that he will look a different player when Wiss is in the side.
Why?
I'm not sure how, because he's not putting crosses in anyway. So even if Wissa was in there, he can't get across.
I don't get it. It's a tough one because I mean, just seems devoid of confidence or anything. And people are saying
Billy, I'm going to say some of this.
He needs to win a games.
Yeah.
You can't give him a game because he's crapping everyone he's played in.
You can't give him a run of games. It's impossible, especially when people, the other wingers are playing more, are better than him.
Exactly.
And the fact that Barnes started on the right last night said a lot for me.
Yeah, it did me too.
He started Barnes on the right and not Alanga. So that says a lot. And I'm going to say something really... you're going to be shocked, Billy, right? But in those sort of situations, like last night and stuff, I would have had Miggy.
That was a hard one to swallow.
I know it sounds bizarre saying it, Billy,
you're right. You're right.
I haven't seen anything in Alanga. And I know Miggy most of the time ran like a headless chicken, but there was at least some end product at the end of it. And he had purple patches and stuff like that. But I don't understand what Alanga brings. I can't see it. And I don't like saying it because I want him to succeed. I really do. And Nigel's asking if I'm okay. No, I'm not. I feel sick saying that. Truly.
People are saying, he needs to get used to the Eddie time, and et cetera, and he needs to get used. We are now in November, and he costs 55 million quid.
Yeah, look, I'm not subscribing to all this about we're well into the season now, guys. We're well into the season, and he was man of the match against USG. Well,
no, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. But USG are they even an equivalent Premier League team? I don't know.
I mean, he wasn't man of the match anyway. He had a good game, a fair game, a better game. He wasn't man of the match.
Look, at the moment, if you were to say, right, who would you rather have in the team, Jacob Murphy or Anthony Alanga? You're going to choose Murphy every time because Murphy is producing. He's producing crosses. He's getting goals. He's. You can't leave him. You can't put Alanga ahead of him. You just can't. It's impossible to do so.
I'd rather have Will Asud on the right wing.
And at £55 million, how long do you give him? You know, and the fact that Eddie didn't start him last night and put Barnes on the right, that said a lot for me last night as to where Eddie feels about him as well. That he's nowhere near a starting chance yet.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Which is madness.
And that must affect his confidence as well. You know,
of course it will.
He must know. But when he comes to the pitch, he should try and make a change. And he don't. He just looks awful every time he comes on.
Yeah. I mean, if you were Mark saying, give Alanga time, Paul. I've been saying that. For weeks. I've been pushing that agenda for weeks. But last night...
It's November.
It pushed me onto the fence. Exactly, Billy. We're in November. It's not good enough. You're a £55 million international footballer. What we're getting is not good enough. And it's not like he's come into the Premier League. It's not like he hasn't got any Premier League experience. He has been in the Premier League a long time. So we can't even use that excuse. So why are we giving him... Why should we give him more time? What is it that he needs more time to do? You know, I was saying it might take him a bit of time to settle into Eddie's system, but he's been here since the summer. It's not like he can't get... Like Billy says, we're in November now. So what are we supposed to do? You know, he's not grasping the system.
I'm 100% certain that he came in to play with Isaac, who he knows, of course, from international duty.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as soon as he's left down the creek without a paddle.
Yeah. But he wasn't really our first choice, though, was he? So,
I don't know. I mean,
well, who knows?
Didn't he?
Yeah. Derek Ward with a super sticker. Thank you very much, Derek. And Olasola says Elanga has a confidence issue. He just has to break out of it. He was a top player last year at Forest. He will get better.
Yeah, but last year at Forest, he wasn't asked to do technical things that he's in Newcastle United. Yeah,
very much a counter-attacking side, Nottingham Forest last year. And that suited his game because he just got the ball and ran with it.
Yep.
Olasola with another one. Tired of people slagging Eddie. Took 6 years for Arteta to get it right. Liverpool was very basic till Klopp. Even Man City took years and none had PSR. We need to allow this team time to really develop.
You can slag him off when he makes mistakes like he did on Sunday, though, Olasola.
And Olasola, you know as well as I do, matey, following football, that if you're a football manager, you never get time. Time is something that you don't get unless you have very patient owners. And at the minute, it looks like PIF are right behind Eddie. But I tell you what, if we keep failing in the Premier League and we staying in the bottom half, you know, he is going to feel his collar, and probably rightly so. But no manager is ever thinking, I've got plenty of time. None. Because
if any are, it's Eddie, because he's got plenty of credit.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. But I don't really like using that saying credit in the bank, because you have to think of where you are now, don't you?
That trophy means everything.
Of course it does. Absolutely. Ricky Thomas says, my order would be Murph, Barnes, Asula, Elanga, and he had a pre-season. 55 million spewed. But this is the thing. He had a pre-season with us as well. So this thing about, you know, getting used to Eddie's system, which I've used, I've given that excuse in the past, but I can't anymore. I'm very much on the fence now as to whether that's a successful signing or not.
The fact is, to go back to that run down the line again, we know he's right-footed. Why didn't he attempt to cut the side on his right foot? He just kept running like Forest bastard Gump.
Yeah. And then ran the ball out, which was even more annoying.
Without even trying to cross it. I mean, it's madness.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I know. Is that a confidence thing, though, Billy? You know, we're talking about his confidence. Is that the type of thing that we're on about here? Has he just got no confidence when it comes to sort of... When he gets to the byline, he's running out of options and he panics and he just doesn't take the ball with him?
I don't know. I can't make any excuse for that. I can't.
Yeah.
He's not even try and cross the ball and just rule it out because he's got no left foot. He's got no confidence in it. If that's the case, you know you've got no confidence in your left foot. Cut inside and use your right then.
Yeah.
It's always saying persist as soon as plays on the right wing. He does, yes, I agree. LAMF. And he can play there. And I think he's better there than Mr. Elanga.
Barry, you got quite a good laugh from people there. Rachel says, sorry, that made me laugh, Billy. Forrest bastard Gump. Didn't know Forrest Gump had a middle name, actually. There you go. Right, it's time for the player ratings now, guys. So, join in the chat and let us know if you agree with our player ratings. I think they're going to be better than Sunday, put it that way. But people might not agree. But we'll see. Right, we'll start off with Nick Pope, Bill.
Didn't have a lot to do, but what he did do was commanding, caught when he had to. The one occasion he punched, I thought he was right to do so.
I was just about to say that. Do you know what? It was right in front of me, Billy. And how many times have we said during commentary that when Nick Pope comes, he's got to be, it doesn't matter who he takes out. If a goalkeeper comes to punch, it doesn't matter who's in his way. You are getting that ball and you're going through everybody to get it. And he did exactly that.
Yeah, and he had to punch it. It was, and he did take Tonali out, and then one of their players as well. But he had to do it. He had to do it because it was too high to catch. One or two great saves. The one from distance from their substitute near the end was a really good save. Probably took him by surprise, but he got down. Good throw in. His kicking again was a bit shite, but that's really great for you.
It wasn't bad until the last 5 minutes, Billy, when he put two straight out of play into the East stand.
Yeah, I'll give him. I'll give him a 7.5.
Yeah.
He didn't have a lot to do, really.
No, I've gone with a 7, but the same as you, Billy. I thought, when he was needed, he did very well. I thought, he seemed to have a good understanding with the two centre-backs as well, which was good to see. Sort of from goal kicks or passing out from the back. A lot of the time, it looked like, I don't know whether it was something that agreed in training, but Botman was coming and talking to Nick Pope every single goal kick. And it was like Botman was saying, just give it to me or give it to Malik and we'll bring the ball out. And that's certainly in the second half, I saw more of that. And, we kept control of the ball. But Malik Chow, Jesus Christ. Some of the... Did you see that one where he did that little feint in the second half, Billy?
Yeah.
Somebody came in to close him down, and then he passed across to, I think it was Barnes on the left at the time. Pinpoint accuracy with the pass as well. Just absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, we'll get to him. He had an absolute storming game.
Kieran Trippier, Bill.
As did that ex-captain. Trippier was outstanding last night. Defensively solid. Great set pieces, joining the attack, rarely gave the ball away. Experience, nous, all those things you associate with Kieran Trippier. 8.5 for me.
8.5. Do you know what I noticed about him last night, Billy, being in the ground and watching him, was the way he was, instructing players and very, very vocal. And Bruno was as well, to be honest, but you've got two captains on the pitch. You've got more than that if you want to count the leadership group. But, if Jacob Murphy gave the ball away, he was just saying, just calm down. He wasn't going at him. He wasn't giving him a rough time. He's just such a calm figure. And so, I don't know whether you noticed last night, Billy, but some of he was heading back to Nick Pope like he did when he first arrived.
Yep.
Just cool, calm, head back to the goalkeeper, no problem at all. I thought he was excellent last night. I've gone with an 8, but much better from Trippier. But it's the amount of games, that tends to get to Kieran because of his age. But Livramento back on the training pitch today, Billy. I don't know whether you saw that, which is fantastic news.
Well, we've got a game Sunday, and then it's international break, isn't it?
Yeah, and he won't be going away with England, so he's got 2 weeks to get fit.
Absolutely. So Livramento and Trippier will be back fully fit and be able to rest Trippier then. And when he plays, he can coming back.
Rachel's asking Betty to do a super sticker or a super chat so we can hear Paul say your name. I still haven't seen her name, to be honest, but
a couple of times.
There you go. Dan Byrne, Bill.
Yeah, I'll give him an 8 as well. He wasn't tested defensively, but because he wasn't tested defensively, he decided to go forward and be very attacking. Superb goal. I'll give him an 8.
I've gone with a 9. I loved Dan Byrne last night. I loved everything about his game. I loved his commitment. I loved the way he played the game. I loved his goal. I loved the way Bruno pushed him towards Elise's end after he scored the goal to get the plaudits. I just loved everything about him last night. And Dan Byrne epitomised the Geordies last night. I think when I saw Byrne start the game, Billy, I thought he is on a mission to put Sunday right. I got that feeling from Dan Byrne, hearing him in his press conference saying that, I was terrible, so I'm not going to stand up and have a go at the other players. I just felt he wanted to prove something last night, and he did it for me. So well done to Dan Burn. Because you know what, it's easy to criticise players, Billy. But we,
as I say, it wasn't tested defensively because they didn't at all.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, does it? If we see a player having a good game, then we'll praise him. You know what I mean? And he was good last night.
Yeah.
Dr. House says, hi, Paul and Billy. Love you guys as always. Burns headed defies physics. What a goal. Just need to start performing in the league. Toon. Well, join us at 7 o'clock tomorrow night and we'll be talking about the Premier League and we'll try and put a side together because I don't know what Eddie does now because, that's why he's paid the big bucks, isn't it, I guess? Malik Chow, Bill?
As close to perfect you can get. There was one occasion where he didn't even make a tackle, but he got back goal side and forced their striker to kicking it wide. Just outstanding defending. Everything he did was superb.
Yeah.
Is it a 10? Is it a 10? Yeah, it's a 10. Fuck it, it's a 10.
Yeah. Do you know what, Billy? I agree with you. 10 from me as well. I think what you're alluding to is in the second half. Bilbao, Botman was somewhere else on the pitch, and they managed to get it into the box down there, right hand side, and he came across, and I think he went for a corner actually, but he blocked the ball, and he was getting the high fives from Botman and from Nick Pope and everybody. It was an incredible piece of defending from where he came from, to actually get to the ball before Nick Pope had to make a save. I mean, as a goalkeeper, you're looking at that thinking, wow, you know what? He's just saved me having to make a save there. Incredible. And what got me last night was the pace. He's got pace as well. And I know Botman doesn't have the pace that Chow got, but Botman can read the game very well. But I think Chow is just, incredible for the price.
His passing's good as well. And he's got a little Glenn Roder trick as well, which we saw last night.
Yeah, but do you know what? It's just how calm they both are on the ball, Billy. Both of them, Botman and Chow, get the ball and they never get rattled by players approaching them and pressing them. They just stay calm. They just look for an easy pass. They give it. They create space for themselves, and then we go again. It's just so calm back there.
Yeah, it's outstanding.
It's like the flat calm of an ocean, Billy, on a nice summer's evening. Anyway, Sven Botman.
Yeah, he looks ordinary compared to Chow at the minute, I've got to say. I'm going to give him an 8 because I thought he was solid defensively again, but they didn't really attack us. But our back four and keeper were really hard to penetrate last night. So 8 for Botman. Not as good as Chow, but 8's still a great mark.
It is, and I've gone 8 as well. But the thing is, Billy, with Botman, I think he tries a few more adventurous passes than Malik Chow does.
Yeah.
Especially the crossfield balls. Some of them, he hit one across the Trippier yesterday, and I'm thinking, what have you done there in the first half? He launched it from practically the left back position to the right back, but he put so much height on it. Bilbao were able to press Trippier straight away. Yeah. And it was a weird pass. But, look, we didn't concede a goal. Those two were brick walls again last night. And, Botman, I think, in Botman's position, coming back from such a long-term injury, Billy, I think, he's getting into his groove now. He's starting to ramp it up. And to have those two as our centre-backs for years to come, I think we're very lucky. Very, very lucky. And especially for what we paid for Malik Chow.
When you see a 44-year-old Dan Burn at centre-back.
Incidentally, Malik Chow's been called into the Germany squad. He's been called back in. So
I think so. Robbie the last one.
Well, yeah.
The old Leeds player that should have played for Liverpool.
Robin Koch. Yeah. Cock at the cop. Tonali, Billy.
So he got man of the match on telly, and he did have a good game, but he was, for me, never in man of the match contention, although he was outstanding. He's his usual Tonali performance. I guess we get too used to him playing so well. Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8.5. As we've already seen, we've been given 10s and 9s and all sorts, so that's why I don't think he's man of the match.
Yeah, I've given him an 8 as well. I was actually surprised he got man of the match because of the performances of some other players around him, which is why we've gone in a different direction with our man of the match tonight for the poll for man of the match. I just felt like, he was just his normal Sergeant Major self, just bossing everybody, bossing the midfield, and playing really. I mean, look, he's got an 8.5 and an 8, and still we're saying, well, he wasn't quite man of the match. But this guy's just a machine. He is a machine. So long way that. I mean, if you score an 8s and 9s every game, Billy, then that's. That says a lot. Olasola says, not sure how we can ever drop Burn and Chow.
We can drop Burn, don't worry about that.
Yeah, we can drop Burn. Yeah. Burn is not a left back. And to be honest, I'm
quite happy for Dan Burn to be part of the rotation of the centre backs.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's an international centre back. You can't not say that.
Yeah. LG, he's outstanding, but not man of the match. But you put Burn in.
Dan Burn scored, mate. Dan Burn scored
because he did.
A great goal.
Makes a big difference and played really well. We can't. When a lot of the team play well, it's nice to have other names in the poll for man of the match. To be honest, Sandro's won it about 25 times already. Bruno,
I thought he was poor first half, but. I thought that was down to the bug he had. I thought, well, he's going to come off half time because
he didn't look fully fit last night, Billy. I have to say,
second half he could have come out as a different bloke. He was outstanding.
Yeah.
Really prompting, really getting forward, getting stuck in. So the first half you probably give him a 5, but the second half I'd give him a 9. So in between 7.
Yeah, that's what I've given. I think I don't know whether I don't know. He just seemed to lack a bit of energy in the first half and looked a bit lethargic. And then he thought, should he have been in the team? If it's affected Trippier and Sandro and Murphy in the way it has. But I think when he went off, I think that's when Bilbao started to come back at us a bit towards the end of the second half.
They certainly did.
And we missed him in there, but. Still 7 for me as well. I think, he'll be fully fit for Sunday and ready to go. But it obviously took it out of him, the illness. And I genuinely believe that, yes, he come out a different person second half. Maybe he just needed to get things off his stomach at halftime, Billy. I don't know. Or a good energy drink down him. But he was much better second half, definitely. Joe Linton.
He was my man of the match. So I've got to give him a 10 because I would have given him Chow a 10. So I have to give him a 10. Goal, all over the pitch. Not only was he attacking and looked a real threat in attack, he also was defending. He defended really well. He was all over the park. Just really solid as he used to be. But then he got the goal as well. There was that one occasion where he missed an open goal, although it was a handball, so it wouldn't have counted. He completely missed an open goal for about 5 yards out.
Yeah.
But he's man of the match for me, so I've got to give him a 10. Outstanding. Back to his old best for me.
10 for me as well. I just do not and cannot understand anybody who said that he was terrible. John says Joe Linton was terrible first half.
I don't think he was.
No, I don't either. And I thought he had a slow start to the game, right? He was slow starting into the game. But once he got there, he was very, very impressive. And I think, he deserves a 10. I thought he was outstanding. But those that said he was shite, I don't think you're at the same game as me. Neza says, I think Howe will play Trips, Chow, Byrne and Hall at the weekend.
I'm not sure.
That would mean dropping Botman, and I think that would be an insane thing to do, the way Botman's playing right now and the way their partnership is going. You cannot put Dan Byrne in there and snap that partnership. My God. Harvey Barnes.
Yeah, I thought he had a good game. Again, he got his assist. Started on the right, didn't really look very threatening out there. But he never gave up. I thought he had a really, really good game, to be fair to him. I'll give him a 7.5.
That's exactly what I've given Billy Bob, 7.5. I thought he worked his arse off. He got the assist. I thought when Gordon went off, I thought Barnes took more control of it. And I think we were a better team. I really do. Gordon.
Are we giving allowances to the fact he needs a hip replacement? I mean, I don't know. It's fucking dreadful. Absolutely fucking dreadful. 2.
2.
I don't think he did anything. I don't think he gave the ball away every time he had it.
Yeah, 2.5 for me. I thought he was absolutely shockingly bad. And look, if he's injured, he's injured. But I have to mark him on what I saw on the pitch last night. I'm seeing 7s. Somebody tell me how you can score Gordon a 7 for last night, because I am baffled. I don't get that at all. And look, he might have been injured, but I don't know if I subscribe to this or not. Obviously, he's injured, yes. But then making excuses when, in the Champions League games, he's been flying. Absolutely flying. Doesn't seem to have a hip problem. But he definitely had a hip problem last night, but I'm not using that as an excuse for his poor Premier League form. It's just... 80s Muse says you could hear the crowd groan every time Gordon got the ball and lost it each time. Exactly. Exactly.
But the worst thing of it was he never looked like going past anybody. He never looked like passing the ball to anybody. Don't know what was on the pitch for.
Yeah. Buff says, isn't the whole point that people can have their own opinions, Paul? Absolutely. But isn't that the point that I can challenge those opinions? Isn't that what debate's all about? I mean, I don't mind if some people want to score him a 7, but I have a right to challenge that, surely.
The fact
and ask why.
People are saying about Joe Linton not having a good game, but the fact that they never looked threatening down their left-hand side, with Dan Burn behind him and Anthony Gordon in front of him, not being able to contribute anything.
Yeah.
The first half, he had a superb game in things that people don't usually notice. But he did a lot of work first half, and still managed to support Voltemada.
Yeah. I mean, Baz Down Under says Gordon gave up and blamed his hip. I'm not going to be that critical, but
when it seemed like it at the time, because he just put a shot over the bar, hadn't he?
Yeah, and then he went down.
Went down. I was saying, has he gone down in embarrassment?
Well,
next thing I knew, Jake from was coming on.
But his stats back up that he ain't been good enough. Simple as that. Voltemada, Billy.
Yeah, better than against West Ham, but I thought he was quite a threat last night. His close control's outstanding. Mm-hmm. When you've got people running off him as well, he looks much more of a threat. Yeah, probably should have scored 7.5.
I've gone for 7. Again, he works his arse off. But one thing I did notice last night was when he was getting the ball, there was about 4 or 5 Bilbao players all over him.
Yep.
And I thought the referee was good last night, by the way, Billy. I thought he had a decent game, which I haven't said for a long time, but I thought he did okay last night. And, he let a few tackles go, but then, went and booked certain players for... I mean, I don't think we got a booking last night, did we?
Bruno, I think.
No, we didn't.
Did Bruno not get booked?
No.
Must have been a West Ham game.
No, I'm looking at the stats now. No bookings for Newcastle. Right, Murphy came on, Billy. So first is Murphy.
Yes. I mean, come on in the first half, but it's a hard one to mark because he did some really great crosses, but the rest of it was shit. I'm going to give him a 6.
6 for Jacob, okay. Yeah, I've gone 5.5, Billy. I thought there's 2 occasions he put some good balls into the box, but the rest of the time he was horseshit, which means that he's going to be absolutely superb on Sunday at Brentford. So, all being well, absolutely. Lewis Hall.
We've only got 25, 30 minutes of him. But God, that was a fantastic 30 minutes.
Half an hour.
As I said earlier, we were way ahead of our time, so I'm going to give him an 8. Quartered left foot, great pace. Looks a fantastic left-footed fullback. Should be an England side.
Anybody that doesn't understand that, just go to a few match reviews ago, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and me and Billy actually marked Lewis Hall for coming on as a substitute when he didn't. Yeah.
But
I've given him
the pace of him. Good grief.
Do you know what, Billy? I've given him a 9. I thought he was outstanding. I thought he was outstanding. It just sort of gave an indication, like I said earlier, of just what we've been missing. He was just sensational. Just there was once, Billy. He had it in the corner, and Bruno was standing on the touchline, just waiting for him to knock it back to him, but he didn't. He stuck his arse out and he sort of blocked these two Bilbao players, and then he spun away, flicked it through somebody's legs, and then broke away with Elanga. And then he gave it to Elanga and the move died, but that's, but just incredible. Yeah, his confidence. It's his confidence for being out for so long and coming back and playing like that in a Champions League game.
He's a real talent, and he's going to be a special player.
Yeah. Laura says, give Billy a 10 for his commentary last night. Big hugs.
Well, thank you.
There you go, Billy. But by the way, Billy, you did have a lot of bees' nests around you last night.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the OBR thing. OBS, sorry. OBR.
Yeah, you can. It is OBS, but you can. I'll show you later. But you can go and you can adjust it like you can on StreamYard.
Can you? I would have to show you.
I'll show you.
I was going to do it in StreamYard. I couldn't get anywhere.
No, if you're using, we're using your virtual camera on OBS. Yeah, you'll need to use OBSs for that. Then, hey, it's easy to do, Billy. Don't worry. But it was. I watched the second half this afternoon, and
you missed singing when Dan Burn scored. Then, for some reason, I started singing when he scored. Don't know why. It wasn't even a tune. It just and Dan Burn scored. La 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 la. That went on for about 2 minutes. Fuck knows why or how.
Are you on strong medication, Billy?
Yes, but it had nothing to do with
it. Lewis Miley, Billy.
Very calming, very good, without being spectacular. 7.
7. Yeah, I've gone for 7 as well. Do you know what I've noticed about him, though, is he's put some girth on, Billy. He's a big, strong lad now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I like that word girth, to be fair. It doesn't sound... It sounds very wrong.
Not when you're describing a male, yes.
No. Right, your favourite player of the moment, Anthony Elanga.
I'm not sure it was worse, him or Gordon, to be honest. It was fucking awful. Anthony Elanga, as I say, just didn't seem to have any idea what to do with the ball at his feet, apart from run. And that's why I called him Forest Bastard Gun, because that's what he can do, it seems to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him 2.
2.
And I'm not sure I'm giving him that, to be honest.
Yeah, I've given him a 2 as well. I was going to give him a 1, but I'll give him a 2 because he did go on a couple of runs, even though they came to nothing. There's a few 6s in there for Elanga, 4s.
He probably would have scored if he went for Voltemada. Or was it Voltemada, or was it him getting away with Voltemada? I'm not sure. They both managed to tackle each other at the far post there.
Yeah, did you see the one where he lobbed it backwards and almost put Bilbao on the attack, Billy?
Yes.
I mean, that was a sensational piece of skill. I do think he's flat out of confidence at the minute, though. He's flat dead of confidence. We said all season, wingers, they're very much confidence players, aren't they? Jacob Ramsey came on with about 6 minutes to go, Billy, so he won't be marked. Okay. So on to the manager, Eddie Howe.
Yes, substitutions were really good.
Yeah.
He went back to his tried and trusted, and it worked. We won the game. Didn't think we were particularly great, but you've got to give him an 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 8 for me. I mean, there's nothing really. I thought the subs were done at the right time. Obviously, he was forced into the Murphy one. But, Hall, Miley and Elanga all coming on at the same time. Look, we don't know what's going to happen with Dan Burn yet. We don't know. I mean, I haven't seen anything really reported about what kind of injury he's got. I know he hurt his foot, but obviously, Eddie's press conference is tomorrow morning. We might find out about a few more injuries then, Billy.
Maybe it's one of these strategic injuries that allows them to fade off into the background without being dropped.
Possibly, yes. Yeah, we've seen that before. But there you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching tonight. Thank you for all your super chats, memberships, etc., and for joining in on the player ratings. I'm back at 10 o'clock in the morning with breakfast time, of course. Live show for the press conference reaction and any other Newcastle United news that is kicking about in the morning. And then tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, It is the preview for Brentford, and you know what? It's putting in a shift, but obviously we're on a lot at the minute. But we get 2 weeks to just chill out and do some nice shows over the next 2 weeks. With the international break, of course. And then we go again on the run up to bloody Christmas. But we will touch on the man of the match because you forgot that, Billy.
I did. Absolutely I did.
Yeah. I just saw Rachel's capital letters saying Paul. So anyway, man of the match, Billy, what do you reckon?
Probably Chow, because I won't give it to Joe Linton.
It is Malik Chow. 49% of the votes went to Malik Chow. 24% went to Dan Byrne. 17 to Joe Linton and 10 for Trippier. So there you go.
That's the scapegoat in Joe Linton not being able to be washed out yet, because he really should have that on the match last night.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. But look, thank you very much for watching, guys. We will see you back tomorrow at 10 o'clock and 7 o'clock, of course. Have a great rest of your Thursday evening, and it is good night from me and Billy. Good night.
Away the lads and lasses.
Come back and check on some breathing.